In the ever-changing world of technology, one concept has stood the test of time and is currently revolutionizing the field of artificial intelligence, AI. This is none other than reinforcement learning. In the next few paragraphs, we will embark on an exciting journey to understand the basics of reinforcement learning, how it works, and why it's a game changer in AI. We will also explore its real-world applications and what the future holds for this cutting-edge technology. So, are you ready? Let's dive in. Understanding the basics of reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning is an aspect of machine learning where an agent learns to behave in an environment by performing certain actions and observing the results or rewards of those actions. Unlike other types of machine learning, such as supervised and unsupervised learning, reinforcement learning is not about learning from historical data. Rather, it's about learning from trial and error. Imagine you're playing a video game for the first time. Initially, you might not know which buttons to push to make your character jump or shoot. However, as you keep playing and experimenting with the buttons, you learn that pressing a particular button makes your character jump, and pressing another one makes it shoot. This is exactly how reinforcement learning works. In reinforcement learning, there is a reward system designed to guide the learning process. For each good action, the agent gets a positive reward, and for each bad action, it gets a negative reward, punishment, or no reward at all. This system motivates the agent to continuously learn and improve its actions to gain maximum rewards. According to a report by Mordor Intelligence, the global reinforcement learning market was valued at $91.3 million in 2020 and is expected to reach $1.2 billion by 2026, growing at a CAGR of 42% during the forecast period 2021 to 2026. The significance of reinforcement learning in artificial intelligence. So, why is reinforcement learning so important in the field of AI? For starters, it's an excellent way to train machines to perform tasks that are complex and have a vast number of variables. It allows machines to make smart decisions by learning from their past actions and experiences. Think about self-driving cars. Navigating a car in traffic involves making an infinite number of decisions. By using reinforcement learning, the AI system in self-driving cars can learn to navigate through traffic by taking the right actions at the right time, thus ensuring a safe and smooth ride. Furthermore, reinforcement learning has been instrumental in training AI to beat humans at complex games. Google's AlphaGo, which defeated world champion Go player Lee Sedol, is a classic example of reinforcement learning in action. According to Google DeepMind, it used reinforcement learning to train AlphaGo to play the game by learning from millions of moves played by humans and then refining its strategies through self-play. As we take this brief pause, we hope you now have a general understanding of what reinforcement learning is and why it is vital in AI. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll delve into the applications of reinforcement learning, explore real-world examples, and peek into the future of reinforcement learning. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Applications of reinforcement learning. Now that we've built a solid foundation on what reinforcement learning, RL, is and why it is so significant in AI, let's take a closer look at where this technology is making a real impact. Reinforcement learning has leapt beyond the research labs and is actively transforming countless industries. Its adaptability and ability to learn optimal strategies make it an ideal candidate for any scenario where decision-making and adaptability are crucial. Robotics and automation. One of the most exciting applications of RL is in robotics. Imagine a robot learning to walk just like a baby taking their first steps. The robot tries various movements, stumbles, falls, and adjusts its actions based on the results. Reinforcement learning provides the framework for this iterative learning process. For example, Boston Dynamics uses RL to help its robots, like Spot, hone their ability to navigate uneven terrains by continuously learning from each step taken. Gaming and entertainment. Gaming is another area where reinforcement learning shines. Remember AlphaGo from part 1? That triumph was just the tip of the iceberg. RL algorithms are also used in modern video games to create non-player characters, NPCs, that learn and adapt to a player's actions, making the gaming experience more dynamic and unpredictable. In fact, the AI behind OpenAI's Dota 2 bot, which managed to defeat world-class human teams, relied heavily on reinforcement learning by playing millions of matches against itself. Finance and trading. Have you ever wondered how some stock trading algorithms seem almost intuitive in their decision-making? Many of them are powered by reinforcement learning. RL models can analyze streams of financial data, adapt their strategies in real time, and optimize portfolios to maximize returns while minimizing risks. Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, for instance, have experimented with RL to create sophisticated trading bots capable of making split-second decisions in volatile markets. Healthcare in healthcare. RL is being used to optimize treatment strategies for patients. For chronic illnesses like diabetes, RL can help tailor insulin dosing schedules by learning from previous patient responses. Researchers at Stanford have explored using RL to optimize the sequence of chemotherapy treatments, potentially improving patient outcomes while reducing negative side effects. Real-world examples of reinforcement learning to better understand the profound impact of RL. Let's look at a few real-world case studies where this technology is making a difference. Self-driving cars. Companies like Tesla and Waymo employ reinforcement learning to train their self-driving AI. These vehicles face countless scenarios on the road to unexpected pedestrians, changing traffic lights, sudden weather changes, and each situation provides a new learning opportunity. By receiving rewards for safe and efficient driving, these AI systems continually improve their decision-making, bringing the goal of fully autonomous vehicles closer to reality. Smart grid management. Reinforcement learning is revolutionizing energy management. Google DeepMind applied RL to reduce the energy used for cooling its data centers by 40%. The AI system monitored thousands of variables in real time, learned which adjustments maximized efficiency, and autonomously controlled the cooling system, all while ensuring data center safety. This not only saved millions of dollars but also had a positive environmental impact. E-commerce personalization. Amazon and Netflix use RL to personalize user experiences. Each time you interact with their platforms, browsing items, watching shows, or skipping recommendations, you provide valuable feedback. Their RL-powered recommendation engines learn from these actions, constantly refining suggestions to increase your satisfaction and engagement. Statistics. The numbers behind the hype. The rapid adoption of reinforcement learning is backed by some incredible data. Market growth. As mentioned in Part 1, the global RL market is projected to soar from $91.3 million in 2020 to $1.2 billion by 2026. Mordor Intelligence, representing a compound annual growth rate, CAGR, of over 42%. Adoption in robotics. According to a 2022 report by Grandview Research, more than 60% of industrial robotics firms are either piloting or actively deploying RL-based solutions to improve efficiency and adaptability. Healthcare impact. Stanford's 2021 study found that RL-driven treatment plans reduced adverse events in patients by 20% compared to traditional methods. Gaming milestones. When the AlphaGo AI beat Lee Sedol in 2016, it trained by playing over 30 million games, demonstrating the immense scale at which RL can operate. These numbers don't just show growth, they highlight the tangible benefits in real-world results RL is producing across diverse sectors. From robots learning to walk to AI-powered systems managing billion-dollar trading portfolios. Reinforcement learning is clearly more than a theoretical concept. It's a driving force behind some of today's biggest technological leaps. In Part 3, we'll dive into even more fun facts, highlight a leading expert in the field, and answer some of the most common questions about reinforcement learning. Curious to learn more? Stay with us as we continue the journey. Transitioning from Part 2, where we explored the real-world applications and statistics underlying the rapid adoption of reinforcement learning, we now delve deeper into the fascinating world of this transformative technology. We will look at 10 intriguing facts about reinforcement learning that highlight its potential and versatility. We will also shine a spotlight on a notable influencer in this field whose contributions have helped shape our understanding of reinforcement learning. Fun facts about reinforcement learning inspired by psychology. The concept of reinforcement learning is inspired by behavioral psychology, particularly the work of B.F. Skinner, who studied how rewards and punishments can shape behavior. Self-learning supercomputers. Reinforcement learning was a key element in the training of IBM's Watson, which famously competed on and won the game show Jeopardy! Breakthrough in board games. Google's DeepMind used reinforcement learning to teach its AlphaGo program how to play the board game Go, resulting in a historic win against world champion Lee Sedol in 2016. Revolutionizing robotics. Boston Dynamics, a leading company in robotics, utilizes reinforcement learning to improve the movement abilities and autonomy of its robots. Personalizing entertainment. Netflix and Amazon use reinforcement learning to personalize recommendations for users based on their viewing and shopping habits. Key to autonomous vehicles. Self-driving car companies like Tesla and Waymo use reinforcement learning to train their AI systems, helping them to learn from every driving scenario they encounter. Energy efficiency. Google's DeepMind used reinforcement learning to reduce the energy usage of its data centers by 40%. Medical advancements. Reinforcement learning is being used to tailor treatment plans for chronic illnesses such as diabetes, and to optimize the sequence of chemotherapy treatments. Financial trading. Many stock trading algorithms use reinforcement learning to adapt strategies in real time, maximizing returns while minimizing risk. In space exploration, NASA uses reinforcement learning to improve the autonomy of rovers and probes, allowing them to make more decisions without the need for human input. Author Spotlight. Richard S. Sutton. In our Author Spotlight, we feature Richard S. Sutton, one of the pioneers in the field of reinforcement learning. Sutton is a distinguished scientist at DeepMind and a professor of computing science at the University of Alberta, Canada. Sutton has dedicated his career to advancing our understanding of reinforcement learning. His book, Reinforcement Learning, an introduction, co-authored with Andrew Barto, is a significant reference in the field, widely used by professionals and students alike. Sutton's work has not only contributed to the theoretical foundations of reinforcement learning but has also inspired its application across diverse domains, including robotics, computer games, and economics. His research has earned him numerous accolades, including the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Neural Information Processing Systems Foundation. And his work continues to shape the direction of reinforcement learning research and development. With a deeper appreciation for the fascinating world of reinforcement learning and a nod to the influential work of Richard S. Sutton, we will transition to the next installment of our series. In Part 4, we will address a collection of frequently asked questions about reinforcement learning, providing clear and concise answers to quench your thirst for knowledge. Stay tuned. Part 4, FAQ section and conclusion as we've explored the concept, applications, and key players in reinforcement learning. You may have questions forming in your mind. Here are the answers to some frequently asked questions. What is reinforcement learning in simple terms? Reinforcement learning is a type of machine learning where an agent learns to make decisions by taking actions in an environment and receiving rewards or penalties based on the results of those actions. What distinguishes reinforcement learning from other types of machine learning? Unlike supervised learning that relies on labeled data or unsupervised learning that finds patterns in data, reinforcement learning learns from trial and error, making decisions based on the rewards and penalties received from previous actions. What are some examples of reinforcement learning in use today? Reinforcement learning is used in various industries. Examples include autonomous vehicles, Tesla, Waymo, personalized recommendations, Netflix, Amazon, energy management, Google DeepMind, and financial trading. How is reinforcement learning related to psychology? The concept of reinforcement learning is inspired by behavioral psychology. The idea of learning from actions and their consequences parallels the way humans and animals learn from rewards and punishments. Does reinforcement learning always require a lot of data? Not necessarily. While reinforcement learning can benefit from large amounts of data, it can also learn effectively in situations with sparse data by exploring different actions and learning from the results. What challenges does reinforcement learning face? Challenges include the need for a well-defined reward system, the trade-off between exploration and exploitation, and how to handle environments with a large number of states and actions. Can reinforcement learning be used in any environment? While reinforcement learning is a versatile tool, it works best in environments where the agent can take a wide range of actions and receive immediate feedback through rewards or penalties. What's the future of reinforcement learning? Experts predict that reinforcement learning will play a significant role in advancing AI, with potential applications in healthcare, robotics, finance, and more. It's also expected to contribute to the development of general AI. Who are some significant contributors in the field of reinforcement learning? Richard S. Sutton and Andrew Barto have made notable contributions to the field. Their book, Reinforcement Learning, An Introduction, is a foundational text for students and professionals alike. Where can I learn more about reinforcement learning? For a deep dive into reinforcement learning, consider Richard S. Sutton's work, online courses like those offered by Coursera or edX, and numerous resources available online. As we ponder these questions, it's helpful to remember this verse from the New King James Version. NKJV, Bible, whatever you do, do it heartily, as to the Lord and not to men. Colossians chapter 3 verse 23. Reinforcement learning, like any other field of study, requires dedication and passion. In conclusion, reinforcement learning is a dynamic and transformative field that continues to shape the future of AI. Its ability to learn from trial and error, adapt to new environments, and optimize decision-making processes is genuinely revolutionary. As we've seen, reinforcement learning is not just a theoretical concept, it's a powerful tool already making waves in various industries, from robotics to finance to healthcare. With the wealth of information we've covered in this series, we hope you're feeling enthusiastic about the potential of reinforcement learning. To further your understanding, we highly recommend Richard S. Sutton's book and his insightful blog posts on the DeepMind website. Remember, the field of reinforcement learning is constantly evolving, there's always more to learn. more to explore, and more to discover. So, dive in, keep asking questions, and continue learning. Ready to level up your AI skills? Head to best-icourse.com for expert guidance.